working on these two starfish here last night. I was working on this one here. I just have to finish with coating them in resin. I did make a hole in that one. So we just got to finish these up. I'm just using these tiny little eye screws here. I really love them things. They're one of my favorite jewelry bindings. These here are air dry clay charms that I've been trying to make like into like little porcelain pieces, like if they look like porcelain. And that has been so super popular. People kind of making their own charms to make, you know, to look like porcelain. So I'm trying that. I don't really know if it's working, but I'm trying. I made this whole necklace and I was so super concentrated, not complicated. And look what I did. 2 gold beads in between each green bead, and then for some reason I added 4 beads in a random place and I didn't even realize it until I was done. So I might take it apart and fix it. I don't know. Does it really bother me? Does it? I don't know. So I got into something new and I did share with a few of you, but I don't know how many of you saw. I am trying to make my own rings. I started with practicing with silver. I'm not a huge silver girly, more of a gold girly, but because I had it already, I really got it to practice with because I'd never made my own, rings before. And then I got into hammering the rings, and I started with hammering rings first before I start with anything else. But I've been practicing and I wanted to show you a little bit of what I have. I tried to make a ring right there in front of us with some resin and some flowers, and it's okay how it came out, but I know I can do a better job, so we'll work on that. If you didn't see, these were a couple of the latest necklaces that I have made. I love those cute little glass charm fish. They're so cute. And we're actually going to organize the rest of them in an organizer in a little bit. So stay tuned because we're going to be organizing some beads. Yes, these were a lot of fun to make. And I kind of want to make a necklace today. So we'll see if we do or not. But, so going back to these rings, I wanted to start with a metal, and I had to do a metal wire, and I had to do a little bit of research to figure out what I wanted to start with, what was easiest for me to start with, what are good metal or wire, metal wire for rings, what's not good, what's soft enough, what's too hard. So here you can tell that I have been hammering metal, and these were my first few pieces. So if they look wonky and funny, it's because they're my first pieces, my practice pieces, and I had never done this before. So I wanted to keep the back of this ring kind of in its natural state with the round wire in the back. And then I made kind of 2 little loops there, and I hammered that part there. And I like the way that it sits on my finger. I have been trying to create different designs and then putting it on my finger and seeing how it sits on my finger, because you need to see how it sits on your finger, see if it's going to bother you, see, how the design looks on your finger. I like to put it on there and kind of like use the curvature of my finger to kind of mold the ring. And I made these adjustable so that they can be adjusted to your finger. I think I've never been a fan of adjustable rings, but I think kind of wire rings this way being adjustable, I think is a good idea, because you can kind of, sometimes our hands swell and things like that, but I do like to use adjustable rings because you can kind of adjust them to your finger. This one I kind of made like a reversible ring, and I tried to make the underneath or the underside of the rings all different. So I wanted to come up with different designs, and I had spent 2 nights, I think, doing these things. And they're not hard at all to make. It's just when you are hammering, you gotta kind of make sure, like with each strike, you gotta make sure that it's in the area that you want. mean, you can't hammer too much because then you'll thin out the piece too much and you can break it, the wire. So it's a lot that you have to pay attention to, and I will do a tutorial on how I make one of these, maybe when I get a little bit better, or even if you wanted to see it now, I'd love to show you exactly what I'm doing and my thought process and how much wire I cut and how I bend the wire and what tools I'm using and how do I hammer the wire. I really don't have a system as to how I come up with the designs. It just comes off the top of my brain that way. So it's been a lot of fun making different wires and using different lengths of wires and trying to figure out what design I want to use. I think this one here was my best swirl. I'm going to try to maybe file this ring a little bit because I did get a little bit of resin to come out of the edges. It's not much, it's just literally would take a little bit of filing. So I'm trying to fit this ring to my thumb here, and I couldn't remember the way that I made it. So I'm just trying to adjust it to my thumb. And again, this is a ring that I am practicing with. All of these rings I am practicing with. But last night I made 2 more rings that I have not hammered yet, and I will show you what those look like in their kind of natural state. Yeah, I had started making rings without hammering them, and then I had watched a couple videos because I always thought that hammering metals and wires, I always thought that that was so cool, and I didn't think that you could hammer wire to make it into a ring. I thought you needed some sort of special something, or because this is pretty thick wire. I believe this is a 12 gauge. A lot of people use 18, 20, 22. I think I've seen to make rings, and I kind of like my rings on the thicker side, so this gauge is perfect for me. So as you can see here, I'm practicing all different lengths, and I'm practicing with the thicknesses. How much am I hammering? Should I hammer more? Should I hammer less? Where should I hammer? So hopefully you like what you see so far. Definitely let me know what you think, because I do consider all of your comments and questions and critiques and everything that you give down below. So sound off down there. Feel free. So on the right, on my thumb, I'm showing you what it looks like when it's hammered. And right here last night, I made 2 rings that I did not hammer yet. I wanted to show you the difference between what a hammered ring looks like and what not a hammered ring looks like. So this one I kind of did like a 2 band or 2, I don't even know what even to call it. So again, those aren't hammered at all. Remember, I am brand new to this, so I don't really know the terms and things, so bear with me. Okay, so I thought that this was the right hammer. You need a specific hammer to do these rings or to hammer any metal or wire. This is a ring sizer. I'm not going to use this one to hammer on because it does have a little divot, and if you hammer on it, it will leave a little divot in your ring, and if that's not what you want, then you shouldn't use this. It was the sturdiest thing that I had at the moment, and I didn't end up using it. I ended up using my like acrylic clay roller that you see there. I actually used that to kind of hammer on, which I probably shouldn't do that because I don't want to break that because that's for my clay. But then I was like, oh, I can use my ring sizer, but I was like, oh, I probably shouldn't strike on that because I'll mess that up, and I don't really want to mess that up. And so I said, you know what? I think I've seen like these wooden dowel ring sizers on Amazon that don't have any numbers. That would be perfect for me to use. So I got it. And this is it. Again, it doesn't have any numbers or anything, but I thought it'd be perfect for me to hammer on. I also want to get like a little block that I probably will get soon, but there's like these little blocks that you can use to hammer on. Now, I don't know if it will help me any with the rings, but I'm going to see if I can get one of those. And then I did get a hammer to go along with this wooden ring sizer, dowel, whatever you want to call it. They do, I think, call it a ring sizer, but it doesn't have any numbers on it. So I'm sure you could write numbers on it if you wanted to. If you couldn't find a ring sizer and you had something like this, I'm pretty sure that you could maybe write your numbers on it. But I got this so that I could hammer on it. So this is what the ring would look like on the wooden dowel. I would just have to hammer on it. You could take smaller wire and kind of wire wrap around the ring. You could do so much, I think, with jewelry and with these rings. Literally, the possibilities are endless. I know there are textured hammers that I think I want to maybe try one too, that will kind of, when you strike the metal, it'll kind of leave you a beautiful print. I think that's really cool. So I think I might just invest into something like that. But you see here it says wood ring, mandrel sizer, adjuster ring, shaper repeat. So yeah, so I think I'm going to use it when I get the right thing or right hammer. I think I'm going to use the wooden one to make my rings with instead of the clear acrylic roller that I was using. But so this is the hammer that I got, and I have seen so many people use this hammer. It's got so many listings on Amazon. I think it's got a softer side on one side and a harder side on the other, but for some reason there's still, both sides are still too soft to do what I want to do with the ring. And now I tried it on and off camera as hard as I could, and it didn't even budge. And this aluminum wire is kind of soft, so it should be able to kind of flatten out, but not with this hammer. So the other hammer that I have is a little bit too abrasive. It's too strong. It was kind of leaving little marks in the metal, so I don't really want to do that. So I stopped using that. So, but this is not going to work out for some reason. It's not a hard enough hammer, I guess. I'm not really sure. And then off camera, I tried to go at it too and go a little bit harder and like put it on a surface and go at it, and it still wasn't really working. So we are going to do a little bit more research and see what metal this hammer can be used on, because for my aluminum, it's not working for me for this ring here. So we are going to see, I guess, exactly what we need, because I thought this was going to be hard enough, but not so hard that it kind of marks it, but soft enough that it can still do what I want to do, flatten it out, but not mark it. Does that make any sense? So I don't know. We'll figure that part out. Again, I thought this was going to work, and it is not working for me. So we will figure that out and get something a little bit different. It wasn't that expensive, so I'm not too concerned. It was super affordable, this wooden dowel and the hammer. So either I might return it or just look for something different and keep it and see what else I can use that for, or maybe my boyfriend can use it. I'm not really sure, but we'll figure it out. We will see. So I do love the aluminum wire, and again, I'm a gold girly, not so much of a silver girly, but I wanted to practice with the silver wire before I got into the gold. And because I had made a couple rings, I was like, okay, I think I got maybe the flow or hang of this. So let me see if I can get the gold wire. So I went online on Amazon and I found the same exact company, same gauge, just a different tone. And I got this beautiful gold wire here, again a 12 gauge, and I am in love with this wire here. It is perfect for making rings, the perfect thickness and gauge. It's really, really good. I think that I could maybe try to make earrings next. I'm not a super like dangly earring girly. I do like studs. If I wear a dangle, it'll be like a really short dangle, not anything super long. So I don't really make earrings, but I wanted to start somewhere. So I started with rings. I thought that would be something small and easy enough for us to work with and practice with. And so far, it's been a lot of fun. Okay, I am trying to set up so that we can start this here. I got a couple of new storage craft organizers, and I have, maybe in the last couple months, been accumulating some more beads, and I want to organize those because this bin here is getting pretty full. In fact, it's overflowing, and I don't have any more space for any new beads. And every single time I want to do like an organization video with you all, or I don't know, I just get something new, I throw it in here so that I can organize it later, and it helps me figure out and, you know, remind myself what's new. And so, and I had been wanting to do this video with you guys for a little bit, so I wanted to accumulate a little bit more so that it could be a fun little video. I actually still have the price tags on these. These were bought in Hobby Lobby. I believe I have 2 more that I haven't used yet. So if we need those, if we need those, then we'll grab them. So let me get comfy and then show you the beads. Most of you all have seen a lot of the new beads that I have got. So this will be kind of just a little bit of, not a reminder, but pretty much you have seen these before. So it's not going to be that big of a surprise for you, but the organization part will be fun. And let's see what else. All right, let's just get into what we have here. First, I want to see what we have here. I mean, I know for the most part what we have here. Then this is an organizer that I actually have that was full of polymer clay, and it does not house polymer clay anymore. I actually took this container with me when we went on our little getaway, and I wanted to make some bracelets, and we were having too much fun, and I did not make any bracelets, but I did go to Hobby Lobby and buy a couple of things. So that's what you see here. So I bought this, or these strands here, which I thought was a great deal. It actually wasn't that. It was a 40% off of all of these items. So again, most of you have seen these, but if you didn't, I just wanted to show you all these beautiful, these kind of look like natural stone. I don't know if they're painted or not, but they kind of give me like a natural stone vibe, and I really like that. They give you a nice variety when it comes to these strands. These are probably my favorite things to grab because you get so many options. You get so much, several different strands. Let me see if I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm getting confused. There's I don't know, anywhere from like 5 to 7 maybe strands on here. 1, 2, 7, maybe about 7 strands, I think. And this is cool because these have a natural kind of like, again, I don't know if they're actually natural stone, but you get these beautiful glass beads along with like these pearly ones, and then these beautiful pearls. And I love to use pearls for like spacer beads. Sometimes I think I've never been like a huge fan of pearls, but I feel like lately I've been liking pearls more and more lately. At the bottom here we have some more stuff. So here we have these giant bears that I love, excuse me, that I have not used yet, and I'm going to make some necklaces out of them. These really cool jawbreaker beads that remind me of jawbreaker. They're not necessarily called jawbreaker beads, but they just remind me of them, and I thought that they were beautiful, so I grabbed those. I also have these down here, which I'm actually wearing, and I've been wearing them for a couple weeks now. It just came in a kind of pack here combined with these, and I don't know, I love these a lot. I love the black combined with the little pops of color. I think that's really cute. So I have been wearing some of those, and I love them. And then we just have these like cool looking leaf beads that are kind of like multi-chrome, multi-cut. I don't know what even to call them, but they're beautiful, and I think those will be a lot of fun. So we've got some things to put away. I'm going to actually bring all this stuff up here. Then we've got some stuff in the middle, which was from our fishing lure bracelets. Sorry guys, I'm trying to close this thing up. And I've got some more to make, but this is my fishing lure bracelet, and I think it came out really cute. I think the connectors have already started to kind of discolor or tarnish, but I don't think it looks bad. I think it kind of gives it like it makes it look like it's aged a little bit, but everything still looks really good. Like my clasp still looks really good. Doesn't look bad at all. And that's probably what it would do in the water if you use it. I don't know. I think these things are so cute. And they're nice and curved, so they sit nicely on the wrist. I love the ocean, sea life, fish, anything that has to do with sea life. So I thought these would be cute. And we were recently by the water, so I got inspired to make these because I had been seeing them so much. But I can really go down a connector. The only thing is when I did, because I've already tried it, when I did, it's a little tight. So I'd rather have the extra connector on there, but then I still have a lot of space. So she'll spin a little bit. And it doesn't bother me too much, but I'd rather her just kind of stay put. So I don't know. Maybe I can take the connector out and just add a couple of more jump rings, and I'll be, it'll be fine that way. So it doesn't move so much. But anyway, so I'm more of a gold girly. I'm not really, too much of a silver girly, although we've been just practicing with these rings. So that's why, once again, I was practicing with the silver. So that's why we have that. Okay, so let's see. We have our organizers here. What do we even organize first? These are our really delicate fish, which are these right here. These little guys here, these little glass fish. If my camera would focus. So these are those. There's some more in there, so I'm going to get them in a container so they don't bounce around. So there's some, I'm not a huge fan of phony beads, but I have just a few. I've got some glass beads in here, tons of glass beads that I want to get in their own organizer. I might actually just have one organizer for all glass beads, because I am a fan of glass and ceramic beads, but I think that I might just start one with glass. I'll take this label off after. So we've got some fishy here that are glass. I'm just going to take out all of my glass beads that I have so far. I don't have much, but I'm going to just take out what we have for the moment so that we can organize them. Those are considered resin, and those are actually charms. These are my cat eye beads. I'm not going to throw those in there. We also have some more pearl strands down here, which I got those from Michael's a while ago. Here we have some more glass beads, but these are for Christmas, which I can't wait to use these. I'll probably use like one each for a bracelet or something. Then we've got some more glass beads in here, so we can organize those. We'll probably be having to cut some strands, so let me grab my scissors right here. There we go. All right, and we're not gonna put pony beads in these, I don't think. We've got a mix here of neon Y2K, like a bead mix. That would be fun to kind of make some Y2K bracelets or necklace or something. All right, and then those pearls, and I'm wondering if I should organize the seed beads that I have in a separate container, because I also have like these natural kind of looking stone beads here. These are like flat discs kind of. So I don't know if I should organize those somewhere else. I've got some charms in here too. These are beads with little doggy paws that I still have yet to use, but I want to use. They've got some really nice weight to them. They are metal and enamel. The color is enamel. But I have, again, been wanting to make some bracelets with these, and I will, but I just haven't yet. I hope that they don't tarnish. They do come from Michael's. It could be a possibility that they could tarnish. They do say that they're metal, but I don't know if they're metal that tarnishes. So let's just hope that they don't. But I probably have to either coat these. I probably coat it with a little bit of resin just to preserve the color and so that the silver doesn't tarnish. But yeah, I probably will not organize those in here either. And then we've got a couple of strands here. We've got these, like, again, kind of not pearly, but more like natural looking. I don't know if this is like a natural rock or not. Probably not, but it definitely looks like more of like a natural stone, and I love that. My Goes does not play, so you don't play. Here we have this like really cool strand of bead. This one I think I got at Hobby Lobby. I think the time we went in February to a Hobby Lobby. But these are it's just a strand of purple beads, and these are definitely not glass. I don't know if they're metal, but I think they're cute, but we're not going to organize those either. And then these, there's just several strands of like pearly seed beads, and I think that they're gorgeous. But again, I still haven't used these. These are 6Os. And yeah, I think they're beautiful and the perfect size to make bracelets with. Definitely necklaces too. I love, love, love. But I got these in Michael's. So yeah, I don't know if we're going to organize those either. So we're going to stick to just organizing the glass just for the moment. I did kind of look through my stuff to see what other glass beads I have. I might have something else in my little collection, but we'll start here. So we're going to take one of these containers, put the other one over there. Let's open this guy up. All right. So like I said, we might have to cut some strands, but let's start with the easier things first. Here are some really beautiful beads, and I have made a necklace, 2 necklaces with these beads, and I definitely should make some bracelets to match, but I love them. They're like a green and gold shift. They're beautiful glass beads, and I love them so much. So we are just going to, I'm not going to organize by color or anything. I'm going to gently put these down in here because they are glass. Alright. Hopefully the lighting isn't moving around too much. I think I dropped a bead. Let me grab it. Okay, so sorry for the funny sounding chair I'm sitting in. It's got some leather in it, so it's, when I move, it's like squeaky sounding. Okay, so there we have that. That's pretty full. Hopefully it closes. You know what? I think I might put some over here just so that it's not too full. And I'm being very gentle at the same time. There is a random hair. I don't know where it came from. Okay. There we go. So I think we should do, this is a huge mix of beads. I think I'm just going to just fill up these 4 containers. Sorry for my lighting. This is just an assorted glass bead assortment. Okay, relax. Okay, so for now I'm just going to put these in here and then maybe later really sort them out. Say that they are coated glass, therefore they are glass beads. They sound like glass. So we are going to definitely add these. I didn't think I was going to, but we'll definitely add these because they are glass. These do not feel like glass. Oh, they're plated glass as well. These are plated glass. They're not as heavy, but it does say plated glass. It's not acrylic or plastic. Let me just see. I'm just curious as to, okay, so these are coated glass. Okay, so all of these seed beads are coated glass. Now, I gotta figure out, do I want seed beads in here? Because I was thinking that maybe I wanted to put my seed beads in a separate place. But if these are coated glass, I did say that I wanted this to be all glass. So I think that I might add these in here, right? Dyed plated glass, even though it's dyed, it's still glass. Plated glass, glass, still says plated glass, so I think we might add them if we have enough space. So We've got a couple of different strands here, and I love these beads so much. I love glass beads so much. Glass, ceramic, I love it all. Handmade, any type of handmade bead, I am a super, super fan of. So I like these a lot. They're on the smaller side. I want to say they're a 6 millimeter. There's no paperwork that's with them. But, I mean, I could look back, but I believe these are 6 millimeter. So we're going to cut these strands and add these in. And these came in really long strands, actually, 3 of them separate. So I could definitely get a necklace and maybe some bracelets out of these. Really, really cute. I really like these circular beads. They're super cute. And they're all different. I love like a variety of beads. So let's cut this, but at the same time hold, because you'll lose your strand and you'll have beads all over the place. So, like I just did right there. We lost one soldier. We may have lost another. Alright. And we're just going to add our beads in here. And it's just easier that way. Instead of like doing one by one, just get them off the strand or string. There we go. Oh, there's a couple that got into another little pocket here, but that's okay. We can get them out if you'd like, or you can keep them there. Where'd it go? No, because I can't. It'll bother me. It was a green bead, so now it's like disguising amongst the other beads. All right, that's okay. Well, we'll find it. There she is. I figured by moving it, she'll pop up. There she is. Okay. So, can I throw trash in here? Yes, I can. Alright, so we don't need this anymore, or this. I like to keep baggies around because sometimes I like to reuse. If I don't really need it, then I won't keep it. Let's see, are we going to have space? 1, 2, 3. I think we'll have space to... I kind of want to add these strands in individual pockets, but I don't know if that's a good idea now. Is that taking up too much space? Let's see. Oh, I dropped another bead. Excuse my little leather chair. I'm so sorry. Okay. I have my other chair to sit in, but I was like, let me sit in this one and try to be comfy. But then I know it's kind of a squeaky chair, so hopefully it's not making too much noise. Alright, so let's get these in here. I'll just do this gently because I don't want to break anything. These are delicate, they are glass. So I just want to be very careful. There we go. There is our second strand, and I'll show you what this organizer looks after we are done kind of dumping everything inside. Alright, so let's see. I love these. These are so cute, aren't they? So cute. And they're glass. Like on the neck, though. So cute. Definitely on the neck, those would be cute. The bracelets. Like, hello? That's so cute. Okay. So I figured the airplane of those. My lighting just likes to play tricks. And games, like I want to play games, and it's like, girl, I don't want to play games with you. You know, don't play games with me right now. Alright, let's get all these cutie little flowers. Like, girl. Do we have too much lighting going on? Maybe we've got too much lighting. I did it again. I kind of want the flowers to stay separate. Alright, let me fix this lighting and I'll be right back. I tried to fix it, so hopefully that's a little better. And if not, we will, I guess, try to fix it again. Alright, here's the last of our little flowers here that can go in the trash. Let's see. What else? Those are kind of like lamp work kind of vibe beads, which I love. Let's see. We have, I think we're gonna do the big fish over here in this pocket. Maybe we'll do the other little fishies here. That leaves us 4 more spaces. Okay, well, I've got Christmas kind of vibe beads here, so maybe, let's see, should I put, I've got a bunch of tree glass beads. I'll show you in a minute. So these are like Christmas beads here. Aren't these so fun? How cute. Someone actually handmade these. Isn't the snowman adorable? Look at that. Someone had to handmade these beautiful beads, and it is a dream of mine to make beads. For now, I can kind of make them look like glass with resin, but it is a dream of mine to make either glass or ceramic beads. Oh, I love them. So here we have Christmas tree beads. And my lighting is wanting to play games, although I kind of tested it out. And it's still wanting to play games with me. So here are the beautiful Christmas tree beads. And I bought these, but then they came a little late for this past Christmas. So I said, you know what, we'll wait for the next one. So beautiful kind of glass Christmas trees. I think they are beautiful. So I'm going to kind of categorize them with Christmas. All right, I've got a few more here. I made 2 of these full with the trees because we had a lot of them. So I filled 2 of these pockets up with the trees, and then I think I'm just going to put the other Christmas beads, these guys, just on top. So I'm going to carefully take these beautiful things out. Honestly, I would keep them in here, but that's okay. We'll just add them to the top here, and whenever we want to kind of make a Christmas glass bracelet or necklace, we'll grab this out, and I'm gonna have to get some sort of label to label this one glass, because that's kind of just how I want to do it. And then we've got fish here. We've got strands of seed beads. Should I add the seed beads in here? I don't know, because there's not many. Or maybe I should just, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take them off, take the little tag off, and I'm just gonna leave them on the strand for now, because I don't want this video to take too long, and we're just going to, I thought they would fit, but that's not gonna work. Okay, well, we'll figure that part out, but unless I just don't add them in here. But because they're glass, I really want to add them here. But these are kind of like chunkier beads, and do I want to mix seed beads with these? I don't know. Maybe we'll just keep them there for now on those strands. These are beautiful fish glass beads that I love so much. And because I'm going to put the fish here, I'll just put the other fishies over here. And these little fishies actually came with a little roll of string, which is cool. Come on. Trying to get these out. Here they are, one more time. I just dropped one. Now I gotta move around in my squeaky chair. Oh, did I drop another one? Yep. And then I bumped you at the same time, because I'm trying to pick up the bead. Oh my goodness. Okay, I got it. There we go. Sorry. Fishies. Put them in there. Cute, cute, cute. Okay. Next, I'm gonna open these really delicate fish pendants. Honestly, it's a pendant charm. It's not a bead, but it is glass. And because I don't have anywhere else to store these, I'm just gonna store them in here until I can maybe start a glass pendant organizer. That'd be fun. With this bubble wrap, I might keep this little bag. Clean up after the video. Alright, so we have all different sorts of cute little fish here, and I'm just going to take them out of the packages. Some of them are already out of their packages already. If I can see where to open it. Alright, we can toss that. See? These are nice glass beads. Oh, they're not beads, sorry, they are charms. Really, really cute. Didn't he look like Nemo? So I'm gonna nicely put him in here. And again, they are charms, they're not beads, but because I don't have anywhere else to put them for the moment, and they're literally just hanging out in bubble wrap, I'm probably just bouncing around with that bin, I'm gonna put them away in here. This is one of the ones that I broke. See this little fin here? And I didn't do it on purpose, obviously. Broke my heart. See this little fin here? Well, he has another one that is supposed to go right up next to it. These angelfish are one of my favorites. Look how gorgeous. Like, it takes, I've already talked about this, but like the talent that it takes to do these things is crazy work. Crazy, crazy work. Absolutely beautiful. I love them so, so very much. They're probably one of my favorite things that I've bought in terms of like jewelry making stuff. Another little Nemo. Look at this cutie. He looks kind of black, but he's not. He's like a really dark blue, kind of sea glass, dark blue. Really, really beautiful. So be very careful with them because they are glass, and I'm not worried about them being in here and being shooken up because I'm gonna just put this on a surface and not really shake it around. And when I wanna, actually I might just stick a little piece of bubble wrap in there so they don't move around too much. Let me just open the rest of these packages and I'll be right back. Alright, I got a couple of them out here. This is another beautiful, one of my favorites, angelfish. Just gotta be careful because these little fins down here are so super delicate. So I have to be so careful. But I love them so much. They're so beautiful. So again, just gently put them down in there and not throw them. We've got a couple more in here. And then we're gonna move on. I unfortunately can't find the other little fin. I might have dropped it. I gotta look for it. I don't know if I can fix it, but here's the other little one that broke by accident. See the little fin in there. I'm still going to, not going to get rid of it obviously. I can still use it and try to repair it. But look at the little fin. See how delicate? It's so, so, so very delicate. It happened the first time I was trying to open these in my haul. And I heard a little crack and I was like, oh no! And so I put both of them. The other one is literally just like it. But yeah, I'm gonna put this one away and put the little fin in there and hopefully I can fix it at some point. Then the other little fin, I gotta see if I can find it. And it's not here. It's so super tiny. So I just need to carefully look for it. I think that I might just leave some bubble wrap in there. It'll close when or go down when I close the box. I think I might add these just for fun. Once again, they are glass. There's 2 glass beads at the top and bottom. Just going to remove those. They're just little glass seed beads. I don't know if you can see them, but they are right there. And we're just going to add these job breaker beads. And you know what? In the future, if we get more stuff, we might move some things around. And that's okay. I love reorganizing. I'm actually like reorganizing my nail and craft area again because I'm kind of getting back into major crafting and I need space for everything. So I'm trying to accumulate things and get rid of things that I'm not using or put things in a giveaway box. Is this one tied around? Okay, I'll work with that one later. Cool, we'll get the rest of these in there. Let's see, is this one tied around? Probably. Okay, we'll put those later. And maybe I don't know, we should place these in because there's just not many of them. So I think I'm going to hold off on placing all of these kind of glass beads. Should I hold off or should, because now there's only 3. I'll probably start a second organizer, honestly, for glass beads, because I know I'm just going to keep, my glass bead collection is going to keep growing. So maybe we'll keep that, this to the side. Maybe we'll make a glass seed bead container, at some point. But that's okay. For right now, this is what we have. This is what we organized together. So just to show you my little glass bead collection so far. Trying to get up under my little stand. There's my little broken pin. Once again, we will relocate those charms at some point. Where do these little random hairs keep coming from? We will reorganize these at some point because they are charms. I'm trying to be very, very careful. And then we have our cute little Christmas beads. So super cute. I just wanted to organize that because I've been wanting to do that for a while. But I hadn't done it yet. And then remember, we still have this whole bucket full of beads that we have to organize, and we will probably do that in a different video because I don't want to take too much of your time. So I'm just going to add these back to the beads, or the bucket of new beads that we have. It's just a bin that I store all of the new beads that I get. See, we have 20 beads. I believe these are glow in the dark, and I kind of want to just organize all of this stuff in here at some point, but I had to start somewhere. So this is where we started, and we will continue. So I appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to continue to make some rings, and I'll show you most likely that process of how I do it. I do have to get another hammer because I don't think that hammer was hard enough. I think, excuse me, I think it's soft enough. I don't know what metal that hammer is great on. I thought that it was going to be good on aluminum, and apparently it's not hard enough. But then the other hammer that I have, which is just a basic regular hammer, was too hard, and it was kind of making like little indentations in the metal, which was not a good look. I kind of like the hammered look, but what I mean is, kind of like if the metal was getting almost like little cuts in it because the hammer was too strong. I don't know. Maybe the metal was too harsh. I'm not sure. So, and remember the metal that I'm using, or the wire that I'm using, is aluminum. So I need to figure out exactly, do a little research and maybe see what hammer people are using for aluminum wire. Although I did a lot of research already just to find that hammer, and a lot of people use that hammer. So, but maybe that's not one that is a popular one that people use for aluminum. I'm not really sure. So we will figure that part out, and we'll get back into that once I figure out the right hammer that I need to use. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new here, consider subscribing. Hit the thumbs up button if you liked this video. If you have any comments, questions, anything like that, please leave it in the comments section Please turn your notification bell on so you can be notified every time I post. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.